Welcome to another episode of Templars Talks. This time we're at number 11 and we're happy to be back.
And festival has started.
It's insane, the amount of festivals that are piling up. I was just realizing how much festivals I'm going to do this year and I'm like, oh wow, busy days.
Yes.
But I noticed on the last episode we asked people to respond a bit to what kind of genres they liked.
Yes.
I saw a couple of comments of people who liked melodic death. I saw people that are liking a bit of everything. So
nice.
Yeah, cool.
That's cool.
That's good to know. Other people who haven't responded yet, you have plenty of more episodes to come to do so. So just let us know.
Yes.
What is your favorite kind of genre? Metal-wise, so we know a little bit what you want to hear. Well, let's see what of the festivals we've been to in the past 2 weeks. I did 2, so maybe I should start first with the festival, the Dark Troll that I was, which is in Germany, and it's based mainly with black metal, but also folk. I saw some Viking kind of bands. Yeah, it's interesting. Mm-hmm. It's in a sort of ruin of, I don't know if it's really a castle or just some viewpoint. Mm-hmm. For a castle, it seemed a bit small, but yeah. Very relaxed atmosphere. Nobody's really taking notice of anything there. People are looking after each other. That's good.
That's always nice.
Yeah, there were so many bands I've seen. I will highlight a couple that I want to talk about. I think on the first day, I cannot go without going to talk about December Noir, who was doing a really great job. And I was already predicting that. Mm-hmm. So I'm happy that they did not disappoint me.
That's always nice.
Couple bands that were not doing too well for me that first day. I think, what was their name? Saxorier. Yeah, too basic, too standard. Just didn't do anything for me. Mm-hmm. The headliner on the first day was Sunken, and I really liked them. They did entertain me well. Very atmospheric, very good bands to see. I think the second day was definitely the most exciting one. Yeah, the first band, and the name is Tales of Ratatusk or something. Yeah. And they're obviously a young starting band. I think maybe they were around for 2 years or so. I don't know. They have a good idea what they want to do. That's the typical pagan kind of metal. They dress up nicely. So what happened during the first song? Some women walked by and put a giant plush squirrel on the stage, like on the front of the stage, and I was like, what the hell? That thing is in the way of my pictures. But apparently it's a prop, so okay, let's deal with it. It didn't stay there very long. It appeared to be some mascot, I think. And one woman grabbed it and hold it up and started some sort of procession through the audience where people start following her, a bit like Polonaise, as like we had in Dutch. So that was interesting to watch. And then at some point they have a guy playing the bagpipes, and he went off the stage to follow along in this procession. So it was a bit like, okay, this is the first band.
What's
in the
more
morning,
to come?
I woke up. Yeah, I woke up tired from the first day. I'm still waking up and I'm seeing this happening. What the fuck? It's kind of that idea that you think, what did I put in my breakfast? Insane.
A little bit of space cake, maybe?
Yeah, sort of. And then the second band was Jord from Sweden. Yeah. And obviously, I know I know Jürgen, who's the frontman of Jord. Started out as a single project. Now has 2 people along to be in the band. They did a show here in Germany. I'm not sure if it was the first time in Germany, but lot of people were there. Every single day of this festival, people came early to see the first band. So that's really cool. I didn't notice a substantial difference between the amount of people for the first band and the last band.
Yeah.
So it means that people are really invested in seeing these bands. And to me, it seems like people didn't really mind what sort of band it is. They would be watching it anyway. So it's not like they came for specific bands. They were just curious about it. And that's really nice for a band like yours, that they could play there and see all the audience enjoy it. They were very successful with their show, and I personally liked their sound, so that was good for me to watch as well. Then I have to talk about Familia.
Oh yeah, that was the woman that couldn't sing.
Yeah, we talked about it.
So I'm curious.
We talked about that in the previous episodes. I was rooting for her. I wanted it to be a sound mistake, you know, like some sound issues.
But it wasn't.
But no.
Too bad.
It's like that woman has a really good idea of how to atmospherically bring her sound. She has a warm voice and does really amazing growls. Yeah. But as soon as she starts coming to the clean parts, it's like, no, cringe, all the time. These notes like fucked up. Girl, like I really hope that either she finds somebody else to do it or she works a bit more on improvement on this, because it's bringing the whole show down. Yeah. And she has such good ideas, and what a sad thing to see that it gets down by that, you know? Yeah. So I hope she will change it. I must say it was maybe a slight bit better than the Tuska performance. I think that I want to say it was not that bad. So there was some improvement, maybe. But I think I watched half the set, and then I was like, okay, I put in the effort to see if it would be better, but now it's time to find some food and wait till this is over, because I'm not going to torture myself too much with it. Yeah. So yeah. That was that. And then Midnight Odyssey really jumped out on the Saturday. This band is very static in performance. And that is always something for me that can get me bored really fast. Yeah. But Midnight Odyssey has the skill with their music to entertain me amazing. Okay. Like, they really play a tight set. There's much variance in the music. They go from calm pieces to faster pieces and have nice transitions to it, but not taking too long to do that. Yeah, the music is very vibrant, so that was a really great performance. So Midnight Odyssey is really worth checking out if they cross your path. Of course, I loved Einherjar. I always like them when I see them around. They completely fulfilled expectations. So I don't have to say much more about Einherjar. These Norwegian guys always do well with their Viking style metal. Yeah. So headlining Nornir, a bit calm, not super wild show, but really atmospheric and worked very well. So that was also really nice. And I think on the last day there was Antris. I think I've seen they played halfway during the day, fifth band. And before that I saw like 3 or 4 kind of folk Viking pagan kind of style bands that have the sheepskins out and if you see a couple of them in a row, you're like, oh, okay. And then Antris came and they have a completely different team. They're also historically, but I think they're having different. They don't have one era they're focusing on. They have these costumes on, and it could be it's interesting to dig into it deeper, but the problem with that is they sing in German, and I do speak German, but they're not like street language German. You really have to they take the more harder words, so you really have to listen carefully. And it's also, the lyrics are somewhat poetic in a way. And so you really have to look into that deeper if you're not German to completely grab that. But the show, the way they performed, the faces, it all matched so well.
That's nice.
It was really well thought concept. So yeah, I would be happy to see the guys again. Someone really good show to recommend. Nice. Sylvain was nice. Maybe for some people it's too much the same if you're not completely into that sound, but I think the band does really well. They know what to do. So, conforming. And then there was Druden's song that was throwing blood around. I mean, I was just sitting on the side, and it's before their show, in the changeover, I see this guy with a roll of pinbacks and a roll of duct tape coming by, and I'm like, uh-oh.
Yes, we know what's gonna happen.
I mean, I have some experience with that, so I'm like asking him, like, are they gonna like throw blood around? He's like, yeah, blood. I was like, which song? I don't know.
All the songs.
Damn. So big lens onto it, taking my distance, keeping a good eye. And they had like a pig head on a stick or something. Yeah, not really a stick, but it was decorational only. I didn't see them do anything with it. I noticed that they had only a glass of the blood, and it wasn't like they were throwing large amounts into the audience. But as soon as I saw them with this cup, and I was like, that's where it is in. So if I see him going there, I run.
Time to leave the photo pit.
Yep, time, bye. But they waited a little bit with that, and I think he only spits it out, so it was it. Music was standard black metal, nothing special, nothing bad, but didn't stick out too much to me. It was more the show that brings people into it, I guess. It's not like something you haven't seen before. Okay. Then there's this Finsterfest. Of course, they are somewhat part of the organization. I don't know the exact relations. So a couple of the other journalists said that we have to like them for that. Oh. I have a different opinion about that because I really like to listen to the music, whether I like something or not. Yeah. Regardless of somebody being the organizer of a festival or not, I look at it differently. I think, they had a lot of people out there for them. I think some of the other bands had maybe a bit more audience. But I think that's also that the regular visitors have seen this band quite some times already, probably. Yeah. But the show was good. It was decent. They had a good show. Entertaining enough. I think if you really like the style that they do, then this is a good show to watch. So nothing wrong with that. And then closing the whole festival, Wolves in the Throne Room. I loved it. I mean, it's also typically my kind of black metal. It's atmospheric. It's dark and heavy. They had a good show with the lights. It's really challenging to photograph. They had no front lights, so people in the back that's. But on the other hand, it's what they do with it. They also had some lights on top of the roof from the stage. It's kind of like a theater style, open theater, and on top of the roof, they had some extra lights for atmosphere, and that made a really nice scenery if you looked from a bit of distance. So that really added to the show.
That's nice.
I really liked that. Yeah, that was really well done, very well. So altogether, I think this festival was really nice to experience. Many great bands. They had taken care to change it up a little bit, other than on the last day they had 3 of kind of similar themed shows in a row. But other than that, they were switching it around quite a bit, so that was good. Yeah, and most of the people were very nice, other than only one photographer who thought starting a mosh pit in a photo pit is a good idea. With only 2 photographers in there, it's apparently needed to create some more space by moshing. Other than that, all the staff, the people that were in the festival, really nice. So I can recommend people to go there next year. I think they announced the first band for next year is Monogram.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah. Where was it? It was in Germany?
Yeah, Bornstedt, in not the one in Berlin, but it's not too far from Leipzig, I think. Okay. Halle, Leipzig, that's kind of area. Yeah, and they have a nice camping where you can stay, but there's also some hotels in the area where you can go to. So, yeah, that.
Okay.
And then your festival.
Yes, I've been to Durbuy Rock Festival. It's in Belgium. It's in a really small town. It's lying in between a couple of hills. It's quite nice. It's like a cozy small festival. There were 2 stages, not too big. The only thing for me was that in the beginning it's not that bad because the bands are playing a short time. But during the day, the bands would switch between stages. So you had one band playing, but then you had like 15 minutes or 20 minutes, nothing, and then the other band. So sometimes it was a little bit too long, in my opinion. But
yeah, if you have 2 stages.
But on the other hand, I had enough time to get a drink, to get some food, which in a way is also quite nice. And it's really small. It was really cozy. The people were really friendly. Overall, I quite liked it. The bands that played there, it was 2 days. First day, there were some female-fronted bands. Let's start with those because I'm not too fond of those bands. There's Xandria, ODC, and Delane played. And I have to say, Delane was the better one, in my opinion. Although I still think that Charlotte Wessels, the previous singer of the band, gave the band a little bit more balls. Which make the band a little bit more standing out from the same, pretty girl on stage doing her thing. And I think the new girl is a little bit more just same as all the other. Yeah. I don't know. For me, it's a little bit more.
I know what you mean with that. I think Charlotte is. She wasn't a typical metal girl in a way. She has kind of her own style and doing,
Yeah, but in a way she was more metal than all the others.
Yeah,
as well.
True. Yeah, yeah.
So that were the female fronted bands. Then we had the first band that played, that was Raum, a Belgian band. I quite liked them. I think I like to see them again to get my opinion about them because they played really short. Then we had Soilwork from Sweden. Well, we've seen them so many times in so many years. I think they cannot disappoint anyone. They're always good. Okay. Well, when I saw them, they were always okay. Good.
Yeah, you're done. For me, it's always a lottery. It's either a very good show or a pretty bad show.
Well,
so
then,
you must have won the lottery a couple times. So.
I guess, yes. But also, there's also, for me, it's good, but it's never standing out.
Yeah,
in a way.
I can imagine that it's not completely your thing.
No.
I think for me, seeing Soilwork is a lot about nostalgia.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not so much about the new songs.
No, and
it's always the older ones.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So then it was finally time for the band that I liked the most. The whole festival was Amorphis, the Finnish band. They had a great show. It was really, really packed. On Saturday, I think they had the most fans drawn together. Good, energetic show. Can't say anything else about it. It's good. I like it. They had a nice, how do you say that? Interaction with the audience. And then after Amorphis, Candlemass played on the smaller stage. And
ooh.
Yeah, you were very curious if I liked them.
Yeah.
Because we've also seen them in the past.
Yeah.
And I think I already told you that while I was standing in the photo pit, the bass sound was so... Well, for people that don't know, sometimes in a festival there's like this huge and now I'm lost for the words. The
Speakers.
Oh God, my brain is not functioning today. But they're the huge speaker cabinets, and the sound is coming out, and you could feel the low bass, like, you know, your stomach and your guts.
Vibrating.
They were vibrating, and the bass was low, and it was so. Well, it for me, it delivered an extra element of, you know, being drawn into the music.
Yeah.
It was very entertaining and quite nice. So yes, they delivered as you promised.
Yes.
So that's nice. And then there was...
I'm glad I can count on them.
Yeah. They listened to you. And then there was a cover band, but I didn't watch that. They played AC/DC songs. And then the second day, I was a little bit late because of a little problem. There were some bands. There was Insanity Alert I've seen before. They're like a crazy trash band, full of energy. They joke around. They throw in a little bit of politics, a little bit of... I've said that before, I think. They remind me of the Achterhoeks in the Netherlands. It's just a fun thing, and I think they are excellent for a festival during the day. Then there was a Belgian band, Baraka. Well, not my kind of thing. They say they play frietcore.
Frietcore.
Yeah, potatoes.
Oh my god.
Potatoes, fries.
Yeah.
Fries.
Fries.
Core, metal. They had a large following, dressed up people jumping around, so it must be good, but it's not my thing. Suicidal Angels, Ex-Hoarder, yeah, okay, they were nice. Equilibrium, they had a new singer. I've never seen the band before, but they impressed me. The new singer is really good.
That's cool, because I saw the old singer with his new band in Doctoral.
That's funny. But the new singer, he I quite liked it. They impressed me. He has really nice growls. I think it fitted with the band. I don't know if they changed anything in the sound as well, but it worked. It clicked. So that was a nice thing. And then another nice one was Feuer Swans. Yeah, the German power metal. And I have to be careful with this, but maybe I start to like a little bit of power metal these days. Uh-oh. But it was, we always talked about the party hour. And I think this band, they know how to...
It's in there.
Yeah, but in a good way, not in the which we don't like, way. They brought a good show. The performance is nice. The songs are entertaining. They sing well. It sounds good. They played the song like Maya Ha.
Oh,
that one. And
Ragostani.
That one. And you know, the whole crowd just sings along. And it's nice and entertaining. I quite liked it. And it's actually...
I always thought they were like...
a little bit higher quality of the music they play. So it's... Yeah.
I always thought they were like a Rammstein cover band or something. No. But...
They left...
They're not.
I don't know. They do have fireworks normally, but this was in a small place, so they left all the fireworks. Okay. So there was not fire swans, there was swans, I think.
Well, don't we like that?
And then there was, on the small stage, the Raven Age, a band from the UK. They had a little bit of a problem. And last year I saw their live stream from Wacken, I think. They didn't impress me there. But actually I don't know what's happening to me, but I quite liked it. They had to start over, I think, 3 times. The music, they quit. There was like a technical problem up to 3 times, and there was something wrong with the bass, the drum kit as well. So they bring out the drum kit from another band, but they kept smiling, they kept going. They even put a little bit extra every time they started to play again. And even with that, I think they captivated the audience. And you know, if a band has problems for 2 or 3 times, it's really, really hard to keep everyone's attention. But they did. So I have to give them credit for that. And they played very tight. So I will definitely go check them out. And then another band, Sonata Arctica. That was, yeah. So now I can say I've seen them.
Yep. but you look very enthusiastic.
Yeah, it's not my no. I have to say the voice of Tony Kaka, he can really sing, or what is his name?
Yeah.
But it's not my thing. I also only knew one song, I think. It was nice. It was not my thing.
Yeah. Sometimes that's the case. You don't have to like everything, right?
Exactly. There were also not that many people, actually. But I have to say that was the second day, I think, had less people anyway. And then the Dutch band Heidevolk played on the small stage. That was really nice. I think I haven't seen them for like 15 years.
2 years.
Sorry?
2 years?
2 years? No, 15, I think.
You were not Into the Grave 2 years ago?
3 years ago. That was Corona year. I wasn't there.
Okay.
So I haven't seen them. But in my memory, they were like more a folk rockish band. And now they brought a little bit more really metal, black metal, a little bit of more black metal-ish style to their songs.
Okay.
And it's really fun because they did the songs in Dutch, of course. So I could finally understand something, because there was also French-speaking bands that I no clue. So I felt finally something for me. But they also sang in English. They also think they talked even in German, I think, and in French. I think they had a really good show.
Oh, wow.
They had a really good show. And I'm looking forward to see them again, actually. And then there was the headliner from the second day, KK Priest.
Nice.
Yes. But I have to say, there was way less people than the show from Candlemass and Amorphis, which actually amazed me, because the band is really good.
Yeah. Oh. Strange. Maybe people don't know about it too much yet.
Maybe that's the case, because it was, the light... With these kind of shows, you know, everything is right. The stage presence is good. There's like LED show, the LED videos. There's good light. The music is good. And they were great. There were really nice guitar solos. There was a little bit of time for every band member to shine. So it was not all about the singer. I'm really bad with names. Sorry, people. I should know this, but I don't.
Yeah, but I mean, we're talking about kind of like professional people there, you know? Like, they've been around for so long. And,
that,
of course,
you could really notice that. I have to say, it was really good. I think too many people missed out on a really good show.
Yeah.
And I'm not a big fan of. I didn't grow up or a big fan of all those older metal bands like Judas Priest, Iron Maiden, all those known big bands. So
yeah,
I know a couple of songs. It was really nice because they do play all these older songs. But they also have some of their own repertoire, and they played a nice mix of that. So, of course, when the known songs came out, you know, the audience who was there screamed at the top of the lungs, I have to say. Yeah, I like to see them again. The next day they played in Utrecht. And I was like, even considering for a small second, should I drive there? But...
Okay.
Yeah,
nice.
They were nice. Yeah. So that was my festival. I liked Derby Festival. It's nice, cozy, and I should recommend it. But not everyone should go, because then it's too
then
crowded.
it becomes too big.
Yeah. It really has
understandable.
Its charm.
Yeah.
And quite some big
and
names.
not every festival needs to be big.
No.
Yeah.
So.
All right then.
We have one more festival you attended.
Yep, I was in a festival yesterday. I woke up this morning early so I could record this podcast on time for all you listeners. It was a local festival called Achterhoeks Metalfest. And I live in a town called Doetinchem nowadays. And yeah, the first band that played on that festival, which is a bit more than half an hour away from me, that's also from my town. And they're called Cannibalistic Squirrel.
They should have brought the squirrel from.
Yeah, I was thinking that exactly. But they did have a couple of dead pollution squirrels on a chain at some point. Funny. But I wanted to take a picture of it, thinking of that. But I mean, I get the link, but other people probably don't. So. Yeah, but on I really liked that they're typical bit punk-ish kind of garage band starting out. And they had this one track that will address many Dutch people. And many Dutch people will be, oh yeah. It was called Wielrenners zijn kut. Yeah, I don't really know if I can translate it to cyclists are fucked up or something like that.
Or they suck.
You cannot. If you're not Dutch, you don't grasp the heaviness of this, the trueness of it. It's a national annoyance,
yes,
so to say, except for the people that actually do that sport. Yeah. But. Yeah, so that was good for them. Furthermore, interesting band. The second band was cool. I'm just gonna go quickly through all because there are only 5. So Behind Bars, a bit more the hardcore style band. I think they're from Belgium or something like that.
Was it
maybe they're Dutch,
well?
but no, I don't think so. I think they had a good idea. The songs were good, and it's interesting to hear. But the performance, I did not feel the energy coming alive. You know, everybody in the audience was watching it from a distance. And usually, when you have hardcore, you feel the anger, you feel the passion, and this was kind of at that level. Like you see him trying, but it just doesn't get there. It does need a little bit more pepper. So that's your opinion. So I mean, I see them trying, but I would like to see a bit more energy into it. But the third band, Bismuth, had a bit of the same. I like this band a lot. I've seen them before. I listened to their albums. If you see this band in a cozy club or like a smoky bar or something, that's where that kind of music really comes alive. Here in this field, people were just sitting and watching it, and the vibe wasn't completely there. And that's such a pity because they make really good music, and they have an amazing drummer who's doing a really great job in bringing the atmosphere. It's really a pleasure to watch because often drummers stay even in this kind of music a bit behind. They're there, but they don't grab the spotlight too much. And here it was a really good balance between all the 3 of the members, and he did a really great job in adding his drums there. I thought that was really nice to watch. But for a festival like this, it wasn't probably the best place for them to play. Then Confess. Confess I saw on Willemsfest, if people remember from previous episodes, and they completely teared down that place by being super active in their performance. It's a pity. They had sound issues. They didn't get things working right away, which took about, I think, 20 minutes from their set. That's really, really unfortunate. the people that came to help the sound guys from the festival, or actually from the theater, I think they work for the theater or they're volunteers, I don't know. But they did their best and tried to help. But it seems a bit to me that they weren't super experienced with this kind of music. Maybe that didn't help, which is why it took a bit longer. Mm-hmm. But the guys are like fully energetic, and if you've seen the previous show, then this one was really up to that as well. Nice. They were the first band who got an actual mosh pit going on. That says a lot because they're already 4th out of 5 in the stay. Sometimes they come up really close up the front. They jump off the stage. They have energetic vocals. This is a band that you need to see live on a festival or live show. That's just, you're gonna enjoy that even if the music is not for you. Yeah. So I was really happy to see that again. It was a really nice show. Really brightened up the day a bit. Because you really saw people coming to the stage a bit more. Yeah. So really great. And I have some very good news for all the people that are listening. Because the guys are so nice that they came to sign a couple of prints that I took from the show of the Willemsfest. And we'll be giving them away on our Instagram. So if you're listening and you want to have a chance on winning them, go and subscribe to our Instagram. And so much during the week we will post up a story where you can enter the competition to win these. So then the last band, Vengeance, they're Dutch. They were celebrating 40 years of existence, so a bit older band. Mm-hmm. They're making hard rock kind of music. They're very energetic. They play with the people that are there, the audience, the photographers are, getting their attention, a bit typical hard rock style, kind of what they do. I mean, I've not listened to it too much. I remember back in the day that I would like it, see Mr. Lucassen. I think I saw one of the last, was it a reunion? I don't know, in Graspop in 2007 or something? I think. Maybe. Something around that year. They played a show there, if I remember correctly, where I saw them with Arjen. Mm-hmm. So here it was them playing the music themselves. What can I say? Yeah, it was energetic, but it's not a band that draws in a young audience. Mm-hmm. So that means for the festival, I think it's a bit harder to bring a mixed audience because I don't think a lot of young people are really into these sounds. So it is the people who were there were really, really for them. You can see that they have definitely had audience there that came to see them specifically. But I think for a festival, it's like you want to get as many people as possible, and then with a band like them, you might miss a couple of people. They did a great show. I think they are very professional. They know how to entertain people very well, and they showed that they have these years of experience. For me personally, I wouldn't say I would necessarily be the biggest fan of them. Musically, I hear a lot of songs that are similar. Yeah, they do make a good spectacle, so it's okay for me to watch that show as a headliner even. Entertaining, but for me it's not like the next thing that I'm gonna listen to big time. And I think that's also a generation thing. I'm not from their generation, so yeah. But good. I really liked this festival. I've been here also last year. It's really nice to see in this area some festival taking place. Mm-hmm. I do hope next year that they will do a little bit of more of promotion, because I only saw a lot of promotion in the last 2 weeks, I think, which doesn't help in the ticket sale probably. But yeah, furthermore, that it's cool to see that they have this local thing. They take a couple locals, they take a couple bigger names from either the Netherlands or abroad, and it bring it together in a really nice theater in the area to have a really great day. They also have a little bit of an after party, but I skipped on that so I could be on time for this recording. So yeah, maybe next year we'll hear some more of this festival, because it's really one of those festivals that I like because of the diversity in their lineup.
Yeah, nice.
All right, that was from the last 2 weeks, our festivals, and we will quickly bore you guys a little bit more about an upcoming festival that we're going to.
Yeah, and we will be
so we're going to throw some more names.
We will be both representing that festival.
Oh, yes. Both of us will be there, so we're going to like have heavy discussions on which band we like next time. No, not next episode, but the episode after that, probably. Yeah. So yeah,
Into the Grave.
Do you already Into the Grave? Do you already know what will be your band to you're gonna look forward to most?
For me, actually, I'm I'm looking forward to Arion.
Oh yeah,
Swedish. Yeah, right. Finnish band.
Finnish.
We've seen them. I've seen them at Tuska. And maybe
a couple times.
A small club as well. I'm not too sure about that. Probably, but that's been so many years ago. So I'm quite looking forward to see. And actually, I haven't followed them either. So I'm quite curious how they developed over time.
Yeah.
And what they will bring us, and how the Dutch people will react to it. I think that's actually Fear Factory is nice to watch.
Yeah,
Orden
Ogan, yeah. I mean their sound is very, very unique. I think for the genre they make, I like them better than most of the other bands. So I'm looking forward to see them also. It's not a band that I haven't really listened to, but they could be interesting.
Yeah, exactly.
And Vengeance will be playing on that day as well, so I'm getting to see them again. But not headlining.
No, not headlining. And then on the Saturday, there's a lot of bands. Terzila, they start today.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I love this band, you know. They're really cool. I always see them in a bit of a bar style, dark club kind of. So I'm really curious how they're probably gonna be the opener.
Yes.
So in a bright daylight when
Lunchtime.
People are still a bit. Yeah, people are still gonna be hungover from day one. Yeah. So
I hope they will draw an audience, because they really deserve it.
Yeah, definitely.
And then,
so if you're listening and you're going, wake up early to go and see their Terzila, because it's worth it. You just have to trust us.
And then I'm looking forward. I think Hail Ripper is playing. They're headlining the smaller stage. I've seen them last year.
Oh yeah.
And I missed them together with Cradle of Filth, I think. But they played. I've seen them before. They're quite nice.
Didn't they play in Roosendaal?
Yeah, they played Roosendaal open air thingy. That was nice.
Yeah, I think I remember that.
I'm looking forward to see if I pronounce the name right, because this is a tongue twister for me. Don't know why, but Obliviscaris.
Yes.
And Slaughter to Prevail. I'm looking forward to see those, because I just haven't seen them yet. So that's the Saturday for me. What is it for you?
Obliviscaris, definitely. They're from Australia, and I've seen them a couple times before, but for me, if I see a band from Australia, I'm always a bit reserved on liking them too much for some reason, because I know the chance that they will come and tour a lot is
smaller.
So I'm always a bit like, oh, they're cool, but I don't want to get like too invested into it, sort of. That's bad, because in these times, but yeah, live shows are important to me. So, but I really liked their previous show. They have this violin included in their music, which I really like. And it's been a couple years, so I'm really curious to see what they're doing now. What else on Saturday? Yeah, Slaughter to Prevail, obviously. That's gonna be a headliner that I'm gonna see. I think there's gonna be a lot of young people for them. That's cool, because that brings in a lot of energy and probably a lot of crowd surfers to make her job interesting.
After the third song, please.
Yeah. That, but just have fun with it anyway. Yeah, that's it for the Saturday. I think there's all of them seem interesting in some way, one way or another. But for the Sunday, yeah, somewhat Avatarium. I heard a lot about them. I listened to some of the music, the singles and such, but I don't remember that I saw them live. So kind of wanted to see about that. Same goes with Nanawa of Steel. Yeah. Never been... I mean, I've known them from around, listened to some of the sound, but not really been like going to a show or something, if I remember.
I'm curious.
That's always nice. And Devastator. I've seen them before. Yeah, that's cool. As an opener, I think. Cool.
Yeah, I've seen them last month.
Yeah.
I'm not looking. Looking forward is maybe a big word, but I'm interesting how Brutus is gonna be on the main stage.
Yeah.
They're Belgian band.
Skeptic?
Yeah, me too. I think they're a Belgian band. They have a female vocalist. They're only a 3-piece band. She plays the drums, and she sings at the same time. But they seem to, making it big. But I'm quite curious how it's gonna be. How they will lure in the audience, how they will present themselves on the main stage with just 3 people and the vocalist being the drummer. For me, it always feels that, they have to try a little bit harder.
True. And also, I think they're on the, if they're on the main stage,
they're on the main stage.
It's, people kind of have trouble to see where the vocals are coming from. So I don't know. So yeah, I'm a bit skeptic, but it's also very interesting to see how that will turn out.
Exactly.
Maybe they will be very surprising to us. Might be afterwards that we're like, oh, this was really, really amazing.
Yes,
so we'll see.
That's exactly why I said it's interesting to see. I find them very interesting. So yeah, and Paradise Lost.
Right.
I think we.
Yeah. We don't have to talk too much about them because we've seen. I mean, everybody's seen Paradise Lost in some point in their life, at least. I think if you're at least going to festivals regularly, and we have this ongoing gag in our crew that I can let people in a little bit about. Like many years ago, then bands would send albums and they always write a little bit of promotional text to us about how they sound, like bands that are similar to them. And there was a really long period that every single band would write that they sound like him and Paradise Lost. Exactly. Every band, no matter what genre they played. Like, it could be any genre and they still sound like him and Paradise Lost. Yeah. So at some point I always said, hey guys, I don't even know how Paradise Lost sound anymore because every band sounds like them. I'm lost. So that's a bit of a joke.
Well, for me, the thing with
the crew.
The thing with Paradise Lost is always, even though the music is really good, I feel like I always have the feeling, I'm always wondering if the singer wants to be there. I don't know if it's the way he comes across or it's something in the way he's standing there, but yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah.
Which absolutely doesn't take away anything from the quality of the music and I'm even looking forward, but it always makes me wonder if he wants to be there. Maybe it's like the sort of because we always talk about singers that are like enthusiastic or entertaining, and he's definitely not
Yeah, not the wildest.
Not the wildest of those. He's just standing there giving it all. So maybe it's just exactly that.
He has a different level of intensity.
Yes,
I think.
It's more like an emotional feeling or something. I don't know, because it's always good.
Yeah.
It's always entertaining. It's always good, and I'm actually looking forward to see them. So it's And I have to say, there's also the Callout Dow boys. I saw them with let me think. Well, I saw them in Belgium with the prog band. What was the name? Well,
wasn't
my head.
They were.
Yeah, that band. Exactly that band.
No, I thought you were with Beast in Black or something.
No. They were with the prog band. Sorry, guys. Like said, Sunday morning.
Did you go and see prog? Why did you go and see prog?
Why not?
It's not your genre.
I liked it.
That's good. You have a new genre.
I have a lot of new interests. And it's not that I don't like prog. I like prog when it's combined with a lot of things. And as long as there's a good bass, exactly.
All right.
And there was a really good bass in
it.
But anyway, the Callout boys, they to me they were a little bit weird. They had a lot of samples in the music, which made it also quite entertaining. I think they're from the UK. They have this UK how do you say that, humor, sort of a dry humor in the samples they used as well. But I felt the stage was a little bit too small, and I'm looking forward to see. Well, actually, the Reaper stage they're gonna play is like teeny tiny, but I'm interesting how they will come across for a second time.
Let's see.
Yeah. So that's for me the.
I think that's. I think that's what we can say about Into the Grave right now. So in a couple of weeks, you'll hear some different perspective, the after perspective. Yeah, so next we had been listening to some albums. And I don't think we, time-wise, have to say too much. No. But let's start with UFO Mammoth. They're a band that makes psychedelic sludge doom metal kind of music. They're from Italy. Yes. They've been around since 1999. So we have an experienced set of people bringing us some music. They have this new album coming out called Hidden.
Yes, I quite liked it.
And I must say,
the first thing
I liked it.
The first thing I think I sent you, like when we talked somewhere in the week, like. Did you manage to listen to the whole album? Because I know it's kind of not obviously your thing, but you said.
Yeah.
You said.
I said that I really did like it. I listened to it completely. I liked them because they have a bit of variation in tempo, a lot actually. Mm-hmm. They can go a bit faster. I really like that. And they have enough going on to keep me entertained. It's not just dragging and dragging and dragging and dragging and dragging.
No.
It kind of worked. So I did like it. It will not be my next favorite band, but I really enjoyed listening to this album.
Yes.
And I think also you can hear they're very skillful in their songwriting this way. They know exactly when to change and when to just let it go.
Yeah. Because I think that they do have this low, dragging sound that you need to like, but there's a lot of I think there's like a little bit of electronic or a little bit of industrial influences. I think there's a lot of hints or vibes of a bit of rock and a bit of grunge as well. I think it even with the longer songs, and there's long parts of this heaviness, there's enough of those little tweaks thingies
details,
that make it really interesting. for me.
Yeah.
I quite enjoyed listening to this album.
I'm surprised this band wasn't in the lineup for Into the Grave.
Yeah, maybe Into the Void. They would fit
but
there.
Still, they for a Sunday, this would be a typical Sunday band.
Yeah, nice. With your coffee in your hand.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. Well,
but good album. Yeah.
Yes.
So that's one that people can go and check out. I'll see if I remember the exact date it will be released. Oh, it's actually out already.
Okay.
On the 17th. So people, as soon as you hear this, you go to
run to your favorite record store and buy it, or just surf through Spotify or something,
or find it in if you're going to a festival in one of those stands that are there selling albums, because these people also need to make some money.
Exactly.
So yeah, why not? I like the album. I can recommend it to people. And then we had a second album we've been listening to, and that's Katiran.
Something completely
Katiran.
different.
Yeah. The reason we picked it, I think, also is because the involvement of Jani from Finland. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, he was... I known him since he was busy with Icon Crash, his band. He's been doing several other projects. I think he released an album under his own name. He's been part of Halatar.
Yeah, Swallow the
Sun. ENI, something like that. Also been producing so much.
Things.
And you would be you would be surprised if you know. He was also part with the Lord of the Lost. Also that's also of course because of the Trashfest connection. Mm-hmm. Yeah, amazing that he's been working with these bands for so long. So that was for me also a reason to go and look into this album.
Yes, same here.
What she does is having this really folk kind of music, folk songs, but not necessarily very metal.
No, I think if people haven't heard about her, she...
Listen to Merkur.
No, I wanted
Merkur Light. I said I think I said Merkur Light to you.
Yeah. But I wanted to say that I think people can know her, and maybe then the music fits a little bit more better. I think she worked on Vikings Valhalla, the Netflix series. And I think she's been on stage with Vardruna as well, and maybe even with Heilung. So if you know that context, I think you place the music a little bit more in her sound. Because when I think of when you say Merkur and Galswoerd, I think of metal, and she is
really. But have you listened to the Volkszanger album from?
Yeah, Merkur? Of course, but that's still different.
Yeah, and a bit. But
I think she contributed on that album actually, or
she did
something. She did something with Merkur. But
it's a small world.
Yeah. So she brings out. She's actually Dutch, I think, and she brings out this Nordic folk music. It's for me when I put on the album. I picture myself in a Viking village, in a sunny afternoon, having a slow day, enjoying life. Yeah, that's or a few of her songs that has a little bit more tempo, and I and old instruments, and I can feel the prepping for war or prepping for battle, but. Overall, to me, the album, I don't know. I think I have to listen a couple of more times to be really sure. But I think it's a little bit of this
slow. It's
all
very much in one line. Yeah.
Don't know the right
English for many reasons. Yeah, it's like there's not enough variation for me. I think what I really liked about it is that the way these instruments are put to it. that makes really nice, makes it unique.
Yeah, definitely.
But for me, to listen to the whole album in the background, it's you need to like be into that mood for it.
Yes, like I said, it's like the Sunday afternoon, and you put it on and you have a good time. It's not, the.
No, it's not an everyday album, I think.
But unless you're really a fan of folk and Nordic sagas and stories, I think it would absolutely be a great album.
Yeah. So that about these albums. I think we did not have a bassist for this week because we've been super busy with these festivals. Yes. So that will be for another episode.
And the time is ticking anyway, so.
Yeah, that is true. I think we had some news about Apulanta. I haven't...
It's not actually news, and I haven't really looked into it. But I saw it this morning in my Instagram dropping by. I think they planted... I think they have some sort of organization, or they created an event. Like I said, I haven't looked into it. But they were planting trees in Finland with a lot of people. And I think it's really nice when bands do these kind of things.
It's nice.
I tried to Google it really, really fast, and I couldn't find anything in a minute. But I did found they also did something in July 2022. They gave away 200,000 birch seeds to people. So I think,
cool.
So I think they really have they care for the planet. And they also did something last year when we were in Finland, something with the breast cancer, I think.
Nice. Yeah.
They created these pink ribbons. So I think this is a band that uses their fame in Finland for
for good things.
Creative things, the planet. I quite like that.
Yeah. Yeah. So cheers for them.
Yes.
Awesome. I will have a couple of albums singles mainly to go over for what I've been listening in the past week. And I will talk a little bit about the first couple. I was listening to Anvil. They had a single called Truth is Dying. And I mean, Anvil has been around for many, many years. We've come across them a couple times. I like their heavy metal kind of sound.
Yes.
So it was nice to see this little single coming by. And they have an album called One and Only, which is coming out in June, June 28th. So I recommend people to pick that one up. I have a single from Evergrey that I was listening to.
Oh.
Evergrey also, we've seen many times. Yes. I'm always a bit, they are never sticking out too much to me. But it's not bad either. So I picked them up here to listen to the single called Say. Mm-hmm. Also have their album coming out in June 7th. The album is called Theories of Emptiness. So good for that. I have been listening to the Leadfoot album. Leadfoot, I have interviewed them like some years ago. I have to say it's not really typical metal. That's what I say. There was this album called Gothic Blues. Yeah. And the man behind this is Tim Scott McConnell. He lives in Norway. Yeah, I think that Gothic Blues explains exactly what his music is.
Interesting.
It's dark, evil, that blues always is, of course, but that has a certain darkness in there, making it even more.
What was the name of the band?
Of the thing? Leadfoot.
Lead?
Yeah, Leadfoot. LED Food.
I have to check it out. Sounds fun.
Yeah, and I have the new album that I am going to review. Outsiders.
She's showing it
to me. I'm showing it to Elvira so she can check it out. It's great to see Tim Scott. Like, I really like this. I really, really wanted to go to his show, but it was when he was here in Arnhem when I was in Germany for Dark Soul, so I had to miss it, unfortunately. Yes. But yeah, there will be some more about that album in probably a future review. So stay tuned for that. Then you'll have my full-on sight onto an album. Then I was listening to the new album from Vredehammer. But I don't want to talk too much about it because that might be one that we can discuss on the next episodes. Would be nice. I've been listening to some more of the Morlocks in my car because I was driving a lot. And I mean, I have to be honest, I kept listening to that album. I love it. So, and my last point is not metal at all. It's a very poppy song that's kind of popular in social media right now. It's by Artamas. And the song is called I Like the Way You Kiss Me. And because if I listen to that song, I feel like some kind of dark gothic band should do a really nice cover of it. So every time I hear it, I want to listen to it again. And I imagine how it would sound if some gothic band would take a run with it. So this is a call out to any dark gothic band that's listening to it and thinks like, I take the challenge and really I want to cover that song.
Because I'm thinking Lord of Lost.
No.
But these are not dark.
No,
but they
I don't
cover a lot of fun songs. So
yeah, true. But I'm not looking for like. I don't look for a party cover. This party is in the song already, so I want really like going the opposite direction.
I understand what you mean.
So like romantic dark gothic song called "I Like the Way You Kiss Me."
Sounds good.
I like that. So that's my because I have that imagination. I keep listening to this song.
I can fully understand actually. Yeah.
Yeah. You have anything on the playlist from this week? Because I'm going through mine like super fast.
Yeah, no problem. Nothing new because I don't get the new CDs and songs. They're all in your inbox, which I don't mind because I was too busy anyway. But the thing I like when I went to a metal festival, I kind of slowed down with different kind of music, and actually I put up in my car. The I think is it the album Path from Apocalyptica, the really old one, the brown CD.
Oh, nice.
Which
have you heard that they are going to work with James Hetfield?
No, that's already released. It's a spoken word.
Oh, is it released?
Yeah. It's really they played a new version of one, and James Hetfield is doing some sort of spoken word on it. It's really nice.
Interesting. I was just reading about it. Yeah, like interesting.
Yeah. You have to check it out. It's really it's different. It's nice. Maybe James Hetfield is not the best in spoken word. But it brings a different, if you, because maybe you're used to you know how he's gonna sing the song. So in my head, I'm waiting for him to start singing, which draw a little bit away from the spoken word he's actually doing. So maybe that's interfering in my own brain. But it really brings out a little a level of melancholy to the song, I think. It's really nice. You should definitely check it out. So I've been listening to Apocalyptica, no vocals on it. Quite nice. And I've listened to Graveyard, the Swedish band, not the death metal band. They have a little bit also more funky, bluesy, jazziness, which I like.
Cool.
Yeah. And all other songs, but nothing to share.
Pop up now.
Just bits and pieces.
All right then. Yeah. So that concludes our 2 weeks.
Yes.
We've been so busy with the festivals and
the next one is knocking on our door.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward though.
The next episodes, I don't have a festival for the next episodes, but maybe I'll go to a live show. I don't know yet. Feels a bit. I have some interviews coming up that I have to do and prepare. Yeah. So if that's done and I have time left, then I will go and see the show. Okay. So we'll see. But that's it for now, I think. Yes. So I think it's time to close it off. And thank everybody for listening once again.
Yes, thank you, thank you.
Keep an eye on our Instagram if you want to have a chance on winning one of those Confess signed prints.
Nice.
We will put them up somewhere during this week. Yeah, and I hope to see all of you people in one of the festivals. If you see us walking around, just come by and say hi.
Yes,
we like that. We like to hear from you people. Yeah, and if you think we're shit, you're equally welcome to tell us, but we're probably going to laugh in your face. But
maybe not, but I don't think we will stop recording, so that's because we enjoy it.
Yeah, we love talking, and if you don't like it, you probably don't listen to us every week,
and you
so
probably
that's
don't
okay
hear this
anyway.
anyway, so...
Well, if you've been listening to us for more than an hour and you don't like us, then you're stupid. You could have just switched it off.
Yeah.
So we love you,
Yes.
people who made it all to this point, because that means you probably liked us enough. All right.
So see you next time.
Yeah, so see you next time, hear from you next time, and hopefully somewhere on a festival.
Bye.
Bye.